Now, you refer to yourself as the Bay Area's Gucci man.
I don't really refer to myself as that, but somebody gave me that name.
Okay. Do you think that's accurate?
I mean, it can be at some points, because I have done a lot for a lot of somewhat artists or whatever. Like, I guess that's what they meant, like, as when they meant it, like, as fucking with motherfuckers and getting them hot, like Gucci do it or whatever, or they could have been talking about the jury or the jail shit. I don't really know what they meant by it, you know what I'm saying? But, I mean, I don't mind. I look up to Gucci. I fuck with Gucci tough.
People love Gucci right now.
Yeah, I fuck with Gucci tough.
You met him?
I had a song with him.
You had a song with
long
him?
time ago. Him and Scooter.
How'd you end up hooking up with Gucci?
He had a show. My dude in Seattle had booked him for a show, and I flew out there and met up with him. That was years ago, though. This was like when Scooter first was getting hot.
Yeah. Yeah, Gucci was actually behind a lot of big artists, man. You know, like that new song, All My Children. You heard it? It's like...
That's some shit I would have did. For sure. I fuck with Gucci tough.
Yep.
Waka too. I got some Waka too.
Yeah, I fuck with Waka. Me and Waka been cool for a minute. You had a situation over a stolen Bentley at one point?
Yes, I did.
What was that about?
Did. I purchased a car actually out here in LA, and I had the car for like over a year. And you know,
it was a Bentley.
Yes, it wasn't the same Bentley I was talking about though, but it was.
Okay.
It was
so you bought it? Did you buy it in cash or was it financed, or you bought it all in cash? Do you remember how much you paid for it?
When I met the guy, I dropped 30 down on it.
And then you financed the rest?
I was just paying him for it. I had everything. I had all the registration, everything.
Okay.
I had everything. Cars.
30.
I was 30 down.
30 down.
Yes.
And what was the total cost of the car? Do you remember?
Maybe like 80.
Okay, so that's about right.
Yeah.
It ain't like the price is so cheap that you would think that it's something wrong.
It was a Bentley GT.
Okay.
And I had the car over a year. I got pulled over in the car, dirty also. And it didn't come back. I guess it took its time to come back. And I was at a show in Frisco, and it was like training day out there. It was raining and shit. They run up on me. I get in the car, start the car. I didn't even drive off. Ran up on me, whatever. But charges, all that shit got dropped.
So they charged you with possession of a stolen vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
And then you basically told them where you got it from?
I didn't tell him nothing.
Didn't tell him nothing.
He's slick. He was trying to get that telling out there.
No, man. I mean, firstly, that's considered snitching? Saying that you bought a stolen car from somebody? That's snitching? Listen,
I'm saying as in telling them who the person is you got it from and all that. Like, hell, that's snitching. But
even though it was illegal,
they could tell I didn't.
Okay, you mean to tell me that if you go to a car dealership and you buy a car and they tell you it's stolen, you wouldn't say, and it ends up being stolen. You wouldn't say that I got it at this dealership? Nah. That's snitching?
I'm going to take it up with the person I got it from, like I did.
I don't get it, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's what happened. The nigga ended up giving me all the money back.
Yeah, but you got arrested in the process.
Yeah, and I needed my bail money back too, all that. I need all that shit back. But
So you kept your mouth shut and you didn't say where you got the car?
I just told him I purchased the car. That's all I need to say. I purchased the car, here go the keys, here go the registration, everything's in my name, here go insurance, everything.
Okay, because they thought you just broke in the car and drove off with it or something?
I don't know how to steal cars.
Right.
My rap sheet is not for cars, it's for guns and dope. I bought the car, the key, I still had the key, no wires was hanging, no nothing. The car just came back stolen. But the whole thing is, they ran the car when I was inside the club.
Yeah. So they knew it was stolen before you got out.
So when I got in the car, they was already waiting for me.
Okay.
So when I got in the car, I just sat in the car, and I just seen these lights like this just pop up on me. I'm like, what the fuck? And I just seen the guns walking up to me.
Oh, they pulled guns out on you?
Yeah, slam me all on the ground, all type of shit, in the rain.
Okay.
And my partner, he ain't had nothing to do with it. He just got in the car from outside, from in the club. He like, bruh, man, I ain't never been in a Bentley. Let me see this, man. He sitting in the car. He took his ass to jail, too. He took both of us to jail.
So both of y'all get arrested.
Mm-hmm.
You show them all the paperwork and everything else like that.
They went in the car and found it. And the cop came in there and said, if I was you, I'd bail out. I bailed out out my pocket.
So you bailed out, but the car is still stolen.
I know.
And you still are in possession of a stolen car.
I know, and I had to go to court. I went to court once every month for like 7 months. No, they just kept putting that shit off, putting it off, and then it was like, okay, we're gonna drop all the charges, just don't what is it? What's the word? Something, a character, affirmation of character or some shit like that.
Okay.
And because you know that shit was big. That shit was like in the newspaper and all type of shit. Like the shit I was putting on Twitter, they was quoting that shit in the newspaper and.
Okay, so they dropped the charges.
Yeah,
but
they told me don't go after the car because if I go after the car, that'll be receiving stolen property, knowing that it's stolen.
Okay, so they seized the car. Car's not yours anymore.
Hell yeah, man, they had my CD in there too. I was hella mad.
Okay.
I was like, man, gotta get my shit out of my charger.
The car is now an impound.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
did they return it to the original owner, or who knows?
I've never seen the car again.
Never seen the car again. So, but you put down $30,000 and you gave this dude X amount of payments and you had to go to court and whatever else. So you went back to him and said, you owe me X, Y, and Z?
Yes.
And he paid it?
Yes.
Did he ever explain to you why he had a stolen car that he sold you?
He said, man, he bought it from, I guess, got the car from Atlanta or some shit and shit came back stolen or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, I ain't even trying to hear all that shit, bro. I mean, my bread. You feel me? Get my bread. And that's why it's a lot of people like buy cars from motherfuckers and shit like that or rent cars or whatever they do and shit like that. And that's why after that, I never do that shit again.
Right.
It was just me just having money. Like I said, me coming up, me having money. I'm, you know, me not having no job and this money down on whatever. And I'm getting bigger and better things. Like at one point in time in San Leandro, I was staying in San Leandro. I had like 6 cars parked outside. Like Bentley, 2 Maseratis, Porsche truck, S550 CLS. Like, you know, but still like San Leandro is a suburb of Oakland, but now it's just the hood. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like how you come up, like and how I'm living. Like I'm living in a 1-bedroom apartment, but damn near $500,000 worth of cars outside.
Why so many cars?
Man, I looked at it all as an investment.
Cars are an investment?
Man, shit, if something happens, you sell that motherfucker and get the money back.
Yeah, but in general, cars are a pretty bad investment.
I mean, you talking to a nigga that come from the streets, come from nothing. Like, I never knew I was gonna buy a Bentley. I never knew I was gonna do what I was gonna do, whatever.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but why go through? I mean, because this whole situation sounds sketchy to begin with. You're talking about you give him 30 down and then you're making payments to him directly, like, you know.
I mean, that was the whole point. Like, I wasn't gonna be able to go to the lot and go get a Bentley.
Because you didn't have your credit and whatever else.
My mom's had cable in my name when I was 6. You know what I'm saying? Like, they was asking me about that shit. Like when I go try to, you had this? And I'm like, I don't know what was going on. You get what I'm saying, man? You talking coming straight off the block. Like it's not like you grew up mom and pop's job, college, all type of shit, and they taught you all this shit. Like you was talking about the corners being cut, and you gotta take losses sometimes.
Right. But you ended up getting all your money back for that.
I got it
for
back.
that particular car. How upset were you when you had that first conversation with him?
I was really hot. Like he tried to offer me another car. I'm like, hell no. Like, nigga, I don't want nothing but my money back. Like, you know, I'm like, nigga, like, it's finna be serious. I need my bread. I need it, like, ASAP. Like, nigga, I just had to bail out, too. I need all that shit. Like, he gave me all that shit, though.
Do you think he really knew it was stolen, in retrospect?
I mean, I don't know what a nigga knew, but, I mean, shit, he knew what I guess, I mean, when I bought, I ain't gonna lie, though, when I bought that one, I pulled up, he had 5 of them parked outside. Like, pick which one you want. Oh,
like that.
I got a 5-piece outside in the valet in the hotel out here in LA. I jumped off the plane with the 30,000 in my pocket. I was scared going through the airport with this shit.
Right.
Get there, cause I'm like, I'm gonna get a cashier check or some shit or money order or some shit. And they like, who gonna cash it? Like, fuck. So shit, I jump off the plane. Luckily I made it, bam. Gave him the bread. And he had rims on it. I'm like, I don't want them rims. Put over somewhere, took the motherfuckers off. Like I said, I had that motherfucker damn near 2 years. Oh shit.
Ended up being stolen. So after that, you ain't fucking with that?
Nah, I am cool, cause you know that didn't do nothing but get a hater something to talk about. You get what I'm saying? Just feel they fire. Oh, you riding a stolen car? Like, come on, my nigga. Like,
I mean, plus having to go to court for 7 months.
Yeah, and I wasn't even living in the Bay then.
Right, so you
I
had to
gotta
fly
start in
back.
Vegas. Yeah,
in
so I
order
was
to make a
flying
court
back,
case,
and then every time I get there, they putting it off. Putting it off. Nothing, like no evidence, no nothing. It's just putting it off. Like, what the fuck? So I'm hot, I'm getting mad. I'm on Twitter saying what I'm saying. They quoting all that shit, putting it in the newspaper. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. How many cars you got now?
10.
You have 10 cars now. List them out.
I8, Rave.
The BMW i8.
I8, a Rave.
Rolls Royce Wraith.
Porsche Cayman.
Porsche Cayman.
Porsche Panamera.
Porsche Panamera.
Maserati.
Maserati what? Gran Turismo? I used to have one of those.
Aston Martin Vanquish. BMW X6. A CLS Benz, 2 of them.
That's 10.
And a SRT Jeep.
Oh, is that 11 or is that 10?
That should be 10.
It's 10. 10 cars. Your insurance payments must be insane.
That shit high.
Insane.
Like my overhead, like every month, like 40,000.
Just for the cars?
Nah, my rent too.
Okay. But 10 cars.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's only 7 days in the week. So essentially...
It didn't happen overnight though. It's just like I got probably over $1 million in jewelry.
Over $1 million in jewelry.
Over. But it's just, it comes from, like I said, I've been out since 2010 and been buying that shit, you get what I'm saying? So I don't trade my shit back in.
You never trade your shit in? I trade my shit in. My watches.
I never trade nothing in. I got every old piece from, I still got Messy Marv chain. I got fucking every fucking chain I've ever had. If I don't got it on, then one of my niggas is wearing it or some shit like that. Like, but I don't trade nothing in.
Okay, so you have $1 million in jewelry. And how many million in cars? Because you're talking about Wraith is what, like 250? The Vanquish is what, about the same, about 250?
It's
More?
an older Vanquish.
Huh?
It's an older Aston.
Okay, but 2-3 million in cars?
Probably like maybe almost 2 or something.
Why amass so much in jewelry and cars?
Why
Because
so
when you
much?
talk about, okay, I mean, cars depreciate.
Yeah.
Custom jewelry depreciates.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like certain watches, like certain Rolexes,
Yeah.
and
The only
you know.
only Rolexes that hold that value is the solid gold.
Yeah, I got a couple of those. I got
See,
the
you balling
Presidents.
too.
I'm doing okay, but I always know those. See, like certain things I buy, like jewelry and art and stuff like that. I know that at any point, if I need to sell it, I could get at
This
least
shit'll sell too.
At least what I
This shit'll sell too.
a custom piece. You ain't gonna
I'm
get.
not gonna sell a custom piece.
That's
I'm
what
gonna
I'm
sell
saying,
I'm not gonna sell this AP, or I'm gonna sell that Petite Philippe.
Right, but once you ice out the AP, it ain't gonna have quite the same value as what you paid for.
As long as that motherfucker sells, gonna sell.
Okay, so you ain't tripping off losing some
Man,
money.
listen, if you sell a car right now that you didn't have for so long, you're gonna lose some money. I'd have been doing that forever. Like,
Right.
So just imagine if you was getting every dollar you got back that you spent on it. It ain't gonna never be like that.
That's what I do.
Yeah, see, we think different. You talking about a hood nigga that ain't never had shit, is getting some money. I'm gonna go get whatever I want. You get what I'm saying? I don't want a plain watch. I don't want a plain watch. What am I?
You don't want a plain chain.
Nah, for what? What is that gonna do for me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
So $1 million in jewelry. How many chains do you have?
This is my rose gold set. I actually got some. These are finna go. Got some diamond chains coming for that. I have a yellow set and I have a white set.
Okay.
And I got like 7 watches.
7 watches.
Yeah.
AP.
2 APs.
2 APs.
3 Rollies.
Hublot.
A Petite Philippe. Nah, I don't got no Hublot.
You don't
I got
have Hublot? I got a Hublot.
a Sky Dweller.
Rolex.
Yacht Master 2.
Rolex.
A Day Date.
Rolex.
A Day Just.
So mostly Rolexes.
Yeah, I got 4 of them. Got a white one. 2 yellows. And 1 rose gold. I had a Petite Philippe and 2 APs. A white AP too.
Yeah, I got 2 Rolex Presidentials. I got the rose gold and the white gold. And I got a Hublot King Power.
Yeah, I'm finna
Rose
get
gold.
I finna get a Cartier, yellow Cartier and white for my birthday.
Those are nice. Those are nice. I used to have Cartiers before. Yeah, and none of it's insured, huh? You ain't tripping off that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right. My shit's all insured.
Yeah, see,
you come rob me, I'll get my money back.
Yeah, you think like that, like.
I do, and it costs me
That's
money.
good.
It costs me money every year.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying?
That's good that you think like that, but
I know if anything happens for it, they either gonna replace it or they gonna give me the market value for it.
Yeah.
You know, because you just don't know. I got robbed by the police in Mexico once, so you never know what the fuck gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, think about if the police come in. You know, I remember Boosie.
I'm gonna go get it all sure today just because of you saying that.
But Boosie told me about how police went into his house and stole a bunch of his shit. They told me one time that they pulled him over and took like a pack of like $10,000 and just threw it in the freeway. You know what I'm saying? You never quite know what's
when
gonna
they had
happen.
hit my house for the gang wars and shit. After that shit came out, it wasn't even my house, my baby mama house. I was over there. That was just the address on my ID. I was over there watching my son. I wasn't even in the same room as her. I was in the room with him. And they came in the house and shit and looking for guns, and they had my car key. I had got dropped off over there. They went to every car on the block with that key, trying to find a car.
Really?
Yeah. And I had a check for like $200 from like Rasputin or something, and I just knew I was finna go down.
$200.
Yes. And I'm like, can I give it to my son? Like, it was nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when that shit came out, I was broke. Gave him a little check or whatever. And what happened was they tried to stick me for possession of cells because she had a fucking 5-sack or something in the room. You know how girls, like some girls don't smoke a lot of weed, whatever, or it was like a 10-sack, but she smoked out of it and it was like nothing in it. So they're like, okay, what about the weed in the room? I'm like, what weed? Like, oh, you want to play stupid? Oh, we're going to stick you with this. But then they ended up dropping it because it was like 6 in the morning when they came. I didn't have no money on me. Wasn't no scales, no baggies, no paraphernalia, no nothing like that. Like nothing to show that I was making sales. Even though they said it was on me, it was in a whole nother room. I was in this room, his room. You get what I'm saying? So it didn't stick. Like if it was like a zip or something and some baggies in the scale, then it probably would have worked.
Right. What do you think about the whole situation?
Man, my point of view, man, I really feel like they tried to paint a bad picture on my brother and try to make him look like he was a hater. It was some envy, jealousy type shit, you know what I'm saying? And actuality, you know what I'm saying? Bro been having this shit, man. He been in the condo.
I got my hat on and I had my Coke bottles up under my hat. And I'm sitting at the dinner table like an asshole with the hat on, knowing she gonna tell me to take it off. And I'm just sitting there just gulping down, you know, in my zone. She said, take that goddamn hat off at the dinner table. I'm like, come on, Mom. Coke everywhere.